What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, we're going to be going through the new Reiju and the brand new Conis Islands, which are now available on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. I personally have already gone ahead and maxed them out. Some people have been messaging me saying that they wanted to see what teams I used in order to actually beat these, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video. We're going to go through both of them in the same video. So, first of all, let's go ahead and start talking about the Reiju character. So Reiju is a really powerful free-to-play unit that I suggest all of you guys to go ahead and max out. She is a Psi cerebral powerhouse. Her captain ability will boost the crew's attack by 1.5 times and give you a 1.2 times recovery boost. Boost their attack further if enemies were defeated in the previous turn up to 3 times after 8 straight turns. Honestly, this could be used as a captain, but it's really not the best. I just wouldn't suggest it. Now, unfortunately, we can see here that there is some issues regarding the actual placement of the text for the special ability, which is kind of annoying. But her special ability is really strong. 15-turn cooldown, delays all enemies by 2 turns. Also reduces attack reducing slot effects of all your orbs. So what this means is if you get a badly matching orb, a block orb, this special ability will treat that orb as a neutral orb instead of it being a negative orb for your team, which is okay and isn't really needed for a lot of content. There's only like very niche content where that specific ability is required, but still, it's okay to have that. And also reduces your crew's special bind, paralysis, bind, and despair by 2 turns. So the fact that she removes 4 of the most common debuffs is pretty awesome, as well as having the crewmate ability that reduces her own special bind by 2 turns. So if your crew is at least special binded by 1 or 2 turns, this is going to be a perfect character to help you get rid of that. And obviously, the artwork itself looks really good, of course. But let's go ahead and get into the dungeon for Reiju. Alright, so we're going to get into this dungeon now. Now, before I get into the dungeon itself, I want to go ahead and state that it is highly suggested that to run just an EXP captain. Now, the reason for that is because while these islands are debuting right now on Global, they have 2 times Pirate EXP. So, I would highly suggest run your EXP captains for this, because it's going to make your life a whole lot easier when you are farming, because the amount of EXP you get is ridiculous. So, the team I am using here is a pretty odd team, to be quite honest. It is predominantly using int characters, so we can abuse the V2 Shanks special ability. We also have characters such as Hody Jones, which is very powerful for dealing AoE damage on one of the mini-boss stages, because there will be a stage where potentially, it depends on what type of variation you get, but there are some mob characters, and Hody's just enabling you to kill them. And then we also have Jack as the friend captain, obviously being 2 times Pirate EXP. Why wouldn't you want to run Jack as a friend captain if your whole aim is to get as much EXP as possible? Now, we are using Colosseum Neptune as a captain here instead of the Rare Recruit Neptune. Obviously, number 1, he's an int character, so we can abuse the Shank special, and number 2, so that we can use the Sabo special ability on our team as well, who only works if your captain is a cerebral character for the conditional boost. So that is very important as well. You see we have Don Chinjiao here as well. Now, the main reason why Don Chinjiao is here is because the final boss against Reiju, if you use a orb boosting effect, she actually will give your team buffs. And if you just do different effects, she will actually give you different buffs. Now, unfortunately here, this is the mini-boss stage. I believe it's stage 5. Yeah, it's stage 5. Now, there are different variations for this specific stage, and unfortunately, we got the bad one. I don't really like this one because it requires you to hit a perfect while you're blinded, and perfects are difficult to hit here. But let's see how we do, and hopefully we're able to do it, but it is quite tricky. There we go. There we go. We're doing well. We're doing well, and we should be able to kill her off here, which is great. Okay, that actually worked out ridiculously well. Sometimes it can take a couple turns to get through that stage if you aren't very good with hitting your perfects. Here we are here as well. I will wait until the debuffs are on stage 3 or 3 turns left, so we can actually get rid of them by the time we need to do our final burst stage against Reiju here. But we can go ahead and finish off this mini-boss stage, and then we're moving on to the final stage. So final boss against Reiju. I believe there is no variation here on the final stage. It's always the same one. And special animation, we always have to sit through the special animation. Yes, we do. Of course we do. Now, with Reiju here, as I said, depending on what you activate on your team, she does different special abilities here. Now, the thing is if you do damage to her, she does negative things to her, to yourself, to your crew. So what we want to go ahead and do here is activate our Don Chinjiao special. Now, because we give ourselves an orb boost, we can see that she actually reduces our crew's cooldowns, which is going to be nice. Now, we can actually just pass the turn here. We don't really need to worry about it. And you can also see that there is a special limiter. Now, there is a special limit here. We can only use 2 specials per turn. So now we can go ahead, use our Shank special ability, and then our Sabo special ability. So now we have the attack boost, the combo boost, the conditional boost, as well as the orb boost from Don Chinjiao. And then with that, we should be good to go ahead and kill off Reiju. No issues whatsoever dealing with that. There we go. Now, I also want to go ahead and show you guys just how much EXP you're getting from this. I ran into this island with double stamina, so this is 60 stamina worth of the Reiju dungeon, of course. And remember, we have 2 times EXP from Jack, 1.5 from Neptune, 1.75 from the ship. Boom. Look at that. 124,000 EXP for 60 stamina. So if you are farming this dungeon, I would highly suggest running your EXP captains. Now, the next dungeon we're going to talk about is the Conis unit. Now, I actually think this is really cool because there aren't that many Conis units in the game, and the fact we're getting a summer version of Conis is actually really cool. Her captain ability is a 1.75 times stat boost, cruise stats, so that's HP, recovery, and attack. Now, the HP and recovery 1.75 boost is actually pretty ridiculous. 1.75 attack obviously is really bad, but kind of an interesting captain ability. Special ability goes down to 9 turns, removes poison completely, reduces recovery down by 10 turns, which is something you don't see too often on a character, and then also boosts your crew's recovery by 1.5 times, and then reduces your special charge time for your top row characters by 1 turn. Not an amazing character. Reiju is definitely a far superior character, but still, it's nice to have a character like this whenever you need to have it. She has the ability with her crewmate, reduces 5 turns of special reverse, which is okay-ish. It's not the best, because she is a cooldown reducer, but only for your top row. If she reduced everyone's cooldowns, this would actually be ridiculously powerful, but still, it is what it is. I still suggest farming it up because, you know, it's a free-to-play character you can farm up very, very easily. So now let's go ahead and get straight into the dungeon. Alright, so here we go. We are jumping into the Conis Island now. Now, the team that we are using is, again, an EXP boosting team. We have the Summer Perona here. We have also the Legend Jack friend captain, of course. And then the subs are the most important part of this specific team. The captains don't really attribute much to this team, aside from their attack boosting multipliers. But we have version 1 Law 6 Plus, who is going to be very, very key because the final boss against Conis, she has like a bunch of defensive effects with, I think she has a barrier, there's damage threshold, there's just really, really annoying things you have to get through. So having Law here is ridiculously useful because that allows the Treasure Map NL special to go through barriers because she does have surrounding mob characters as well. And the NL special, when you use it, will be stopped by that threshold against all enemies. So it is very, very important to have version 1 Law 6 Plus for this team. It makes it much, much easier. Now, we also have Treasure Map Jack here as well. Treasure Map Jack allows us to deal lots of damage towards Conis herself. As I said, there are 6 enemies on the final boss room, so we can go ahead and use the Jack special ability to go ahead and deal 2 million damage flat through barriers, through defensive effects, to Conis herself, just with the Jack special alone, which makes clearing her much, much easier. We also have the Colosseum Kid here as well, and this is just for this stage here, allowing us to clear it much, much easier. So you can see that, yes, we do get our characters blown away, but it's completely fine. We can go ahead and let the Kid special ability do all the heavy lifting here, and then because of the turn passing and moving on to the next stage, we actually get all of our characters back. Now, there is Isa here on stage 6. She doesn't actually do anything. She boosts the enemy's attack, and she runs away. That's it. And we actually dropped Isa as well. I actually didn't know she was droppable. I think that's the first time throughout all my farming of this dungeon that I actually dropped Isa, which is pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and clear off this stage and then move on to the final boss stage. So, as I said, final boss stage, bunch of enemies, bunch of defensive effects, really annoying to get around. So here we go. Conis, does she activate a special ability as well? We can go ahead and see her. She's riding her her Skypean motorbike, whatever it's called. I forgot the actual name of the actual thing, but we can see here there is a really, really annoying buff. She has defense up, she has the threshold, and she has cancel damage taken. So yeah, I would suggest using Treasure Map Law. No, not Treasure Map Law. Using version 1 6 Plus Law. And then you can see here that when you use a special ability against Conis that does damage to her, it will actually go ahead and deal damage to your team. So that is something to put out there. But now that we can do that, we can actually activate our Jack special here. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill Conis completely here, but then we can activate our NL special and clear off the rest of the mobs here. There you go. Boom. Done. Easy. Very, very easy. As long as you have version 1 lore, you're not really going to have too many issues with this team whatsoever. But anyways, that's it, guys. That's the full rundown of the teams that I used in order to farm Conis and Reiju. If anything, I just suggest to farm Reiju at the very least, because she is a really good free-to-play unit, removing paralysis, special bind and despair. So she's just really, really good. And what did we get? Yeah, you can see another 125,000 EXP for 60 stamina. This is definitely worth it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. And if you guys did, make sure to smack the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.